So it's been a while since I made a video, and I'm going to try to stay on topic as much as possible, because when I do these videos, like 1,000 thoughts come in my mind at one time of everything that I want to say. So I'm going to try to keep this on topic. First thing I want to say is, so let's talk about meat eaters versus vegans or vegetarians, right? So I posted the video of the king oyster mushrooms or whatever, right? And I put that they were scallops. Clearly, we know they're not scallops, correct? Right. So, when you start your path of being a vegan or like trying to eat healthier, change your diet, it's like these energy vampires come out of nowhere and like they want to piss you off. Like, I really had to catch myself, because I was going to comment back to this person and like, just what's the point, bruh? Clearly we can see that it is a vegetable. Clearly vegans know that they're eating vegetables because they don't want to eat meat, because they're aware that meat makes you sick down the line. Meat and all this GMO foods are causing diseases. They're causing people to have diabetes. They're causing people to have high blood pressure. They're causing people to have sicknesses. They're causing people to have mucus buildup in their bodies. And if you continuously keep eating the same thing that's killing you, eventually you are going to be what you eat, which is dead meat. So I feel like where I'm at in my path, I've learned to observe and not feed into energy vampires, because honestly, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, like, something led you down that path. It took longer for some people. It is not easy. You are not going to wake up overnight and just stop completely eating meat. I have nothing against people that eat meat. To each their own. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been programmed for so long to eat meat. Like, and I can't lie, like, when I was little, and I'm sure like anybody that's older than me, like when y'all were growing up, meat was not injected with all these chemicals. Chicken wings did not look like turkey legs. The sugars, the sodium. I mean, like, when I try to cook regular meat, it takes me, like, you have to use so much seasoning. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but like, you have to use so much seasoning to get the meat to even taste like anything, because they keep putting all this shit in our fucking food, bruh. So you're sitting there putting all that seasoning in your food. For instance, most of us like to use like something that's based with salt. So if you have to keep putting salt in the food over and over and over again repeatedly until it actually tastes like something, bro, your sodium is through the roof. And then later on, you're wondering why you have a headache. You're wondering why your feet are swelling. You're wondering why you don't feel good. You got migraines all the time. It's because of this cycle that these people have created to get you one way or another. The only way to take care of yourself is, truthfully, make your own food. Like, literally grow your own food, make your own food. Now, of course, if you eat meat, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am not encouraging slaughtering animals and making your own meat that way. To each their own. I'm more so talking to like people that are on their transition journey to eating healthier and starting healthier habits. Like, bro, eating out now, when you go to restaurants, have you noticed that their prices are the same, but you get less food? Or the food tastes nasty, like it probably was, I don't even know, bro. It be tasting old, bro, because they're doing bad. People are doing bad and they're struggling out here, because a lot of people, of course, because of the pandemic, can't afford to like go eat out and do whatever they want to do now. But this is your time. If you're serving healthy food, even if you serve meat, if you're serving food that is made freshly, with fresh ingredients, made with love, I'm telling you, it hits people's souls differently. It hits the body differently. You know what I'm saying? We got to find ways to help each other and help ourselves live longer and healthier lives. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it. If somebody does come at you crazy, man, energy vampire. Like, the growth that I have obtained, where at one point I probably would have like said something to the comment, like going off, but for what? Why would I go off? I've already won. I'm already on my transition to eating healthier. But people will sit here and argue with you over meat. Meat that is going to kill you down the line and cause you all these problems. And then when you're old, or not even old, because it happens to some of us when we're young, there's so many of us that have health issues right now because of our diets. Now, I don't deal with like, I don't like hospitals. I don't like, let me rephrase that. Things that are in this matrix, as far as hospitals, as far as doctors, not all. Let's be very clear, not all. They're not designed to help melanated people. So, if you go to the doctor, what are they going to do 9 times out of 10? Sometimes they'll tell you nothing is even wrong with you, because I've had this happen to myself where I'm telling the doctor, and this has nothing to do with like food or anything, but just in general, I had like got bit by a spider or something, and he's just like, oh, nothing's wrong. Okay, first of all, the symptoms of an infection, or like if something is wrong, it's hot, it has, like you have a fever around the area, it's inflamed, and it's red. Okay, I had all those symptoms and I could not walk. So why am I telling a doctor how to do his job? Why were you about to send me out after I done waited all these hours, and clearly these are the symptoms, signs of an infection, but you weren't finna give me anything? So I say this to say, our grandparents, our elders, they was on something totally different than what we was on. Yeah, like they might have went to hospitals or whatever like that, but all them homemade remedies, that's what works. That's what keeps us alive. Organic, nature, organic and nature remedies, things from Mother Earth. That's what's designed to heal us. As far as food, as far as reversing sicknesses. I mean, sometimes it's mind-boggling that so much information is given to us and thrown in our faces, but because we've been programmed to see certain things repetitively over and over and over again, when we see truth, it literally, it will make people malfunction and like lose their minds. Like, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. They've been telling me this all my life, ever since I've been on this planet. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? What this other person is telling me is true. When I personally know a being that has reversed his diabetes. Luckily, this matrix has put me in a family that I've seen a lot and I've grown a lot dealing with the people in my life. And I mean, as far as business, as far as health, as far as being loving and nurturing, as far as strength, as far as growing, development, being an entrepreneur. I mean, it's just crazy once you realize what is really going on. I mean, you really look at life in a whole different aspect. Like, there's no point of holding on to your traumas. your anger, or any of that, because all it's doing is killing you slowly. Alcohol, weed, one thing for certain, I want you to, next time you go to the dispensary, look on your label. Look on the label of what you're buying. And by that, on the label, I'm not talking about what strand of weed it is and the THC levels. I'm talking about where it says may cause cancer. I think it says like 3 things. I can't remember, but I look one day and I'm like, well, this isn't by coincidence that I happen to just look at this label. How is weed going to cause me cancer when it comes from the earth? So if that right there doesn't, like, I don't know, strike a light to pop on in your head, come on. Why is it legal all of a sudden? Because they're making money off of it to kill you in a different way. I had to get that rant out. It's a lot. And it's a lot being like this, and a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think that they're in tune and woke, but they're not. And there's nothing wrong with it, because I was not always like this. It's totally okay. I'm only saying this message because it's going to trigger you. It's going to trigger you to think. It's going to trigger you to read labels. It's going to trigger you to be more aware of what you're consuming and putting in your body. You know what I'm saying? Research. If you have some type of health condition, I would like for you, and I challenge you, to literally Google what that condition is, right? You can put, is there a cure for this disease or this condition, whatever the case may be, whatever you have going on. If it tells you no, I would like for you to look up Dr. Sebi. I want you to watch this documentary or Google what he did, what he cured, okay? And then I want you to research some more to see if you could find ways, and by ways I mean new plants, new fruits, the difference between drinking regular water versus alkaline water, benefits of exercising, benefits of sunlight, benefits of being out in nature. I mean, some of it should just come to you naturally, because I feel like I was called to make this message today at this specific time, sitting in the mountains. And before I made this video, I ate some dragon fruit, and I stood outside my car, and I let the sun hit my dragon fruit, and like all of a sudden, like I just felt like I just had to make this video. So it's crazy. Like literally, information will just come to you. You seek, you shall find. It's really just that simple. The only reason something is not coming to you is because you're not allowing it to. Because you're still programmed. And it's okay, but it's time to unprogram yourself, heal yourself, and become the very best version of yourself every single day. Every single day, this is a test. Life is a test. This place that we're living in is a simulation, okay? That might go over some people's heads. That's fine. I don't really care. I'm just here to tell you this is a simulation. You're here on this earth right now to complete a mission. And that mission is living life. And whatever you agreed to do before you came back to earth, only you know that. Only you know that. And only I know my mission. And I had to realize that I had to stop showing people things that I do. I had to stop telling people things that I do. And I mean like worldwide, before I started actually doing it and like relaying certain messages, because there's a lot more haters out there than there is divine beings out here. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, there is a war going on, and it's you versus you, but there's also different beings and entities out here that don't want you to win once you tap in. So I say this to say, learn something new about yourself. If you have health issues, please research yourself. Don't believe everything that just don't believe everything that you're told, especially if someone tells you that there's not a cure. I am by no means a doctor, anything of that nature. I'm simply me. And I use the tools that were put on this earth to help me figure this out one day at a time. And I hope to be, and I will be, and I am already on my way to being in a position where I will be able to help us. And I'm not even going to say I'm specifying to one race, one gender. I'm just simply here to help those that are ready to be helped. Because it starts with self. If you're not ready to help yourself, then no one can help you. You're stubborn, you're hard-headed, you don't want to listen, you think you know it all. But in fact, you don't. None of us do. This is a never-ending journey because there's a lot of truths, there's a lot of false, and just like there could be 100 ways to do something right, there could be 100 ways to do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing is trial and error. Live and learn, man. I hope that from this message you got something that you can take with you. I hope you got something that can and will trigger you to researching and how to allow you to live a long, healthy life and to manifest every single thing that you want to do, because it is possible. No matter where you are in life, things can change in a matter of seconds, a day, an hour, a year. It just depends on how you vibrating and the amount of work that you put in to get you where you want to be. Now I'm about to eat the other half of my dragon fruit. And I wish you nothing but the best. Peace.